Welcome to Venezuela Insider, the only place in Venezuela for expats, digital nomads, entrepreneurs, investors, travelers, and related internationals. For more information, venezuelainsider.com.
Today we're talking about 6 different boring businesses that you can establish, that are established in Venezuela. Actually, I'm just discussing it, just for the sake of information. And since usually in being an entrepreneur and being a businessman and being an investor, usually is about taking vision of the future and what opportunities you might capitalize and so on and so on. However, there is great deal of value regarding boring businesses. Typical old business plans, business models that work easily, easily fine, give some value, and also these kind of businesses usually don't give the most profit, but usually they are most sustainable and have a better probability of success. These businesses that I'm going to mention right now, you're not going to get rich establishing such business models. However, it gives you kind of an idea how Venezuelan economy works, and you might learn something about business overall and how things actually are within the Venezuelan economy. So today, 6 boring business ideas that have reasonable degree of success in Venezuela. Number 1, a classic, convenience stores. Now, a convenience store model, we already know that it's a store where you see any kind of products, usually a very, hence the name, convenience. Can be you get, let's say you want to buy a beverage and then you buy 2 or 3 more household usual products that you might need, and this business model is simple, the most simple business model that exists in the world. Usually you stock your business with most of the items that are needed on any given population, usually food items, household items, or just trinkets, widgets that you might need on any given day. So this kind of business works in Venezuela and works basically every place else in the world. And what happens is, of course, the business model is fairly simple. The stock you buy on the wholesale as much as you can on reducing the unitary price, and you sell it for a modest profit. And of course, there is a bunch of costs and expenses involved, and you can manage those numbers. You might be reasonable successful running a convenience store. Of course, you're not going to get rich establishing a convenience store. However, could be the most practical business model, not only in Venezuela, but on the entire world. Number 2 is empanadas and pastelitos. And I have a cousin that says all the time, let's sell empanadas because it's the thing that sells the most. Empanadas, in case you don't know, is a pastry dish, a fast food item that you can get in Venezuela and actually many countries in the world, especially in Latin America, also in the States, quite popular. So empanadas and pastelitos are food items that usually are cheap, are tasty, and they have high demand, and usually the profit margins a little bit higher than a convenience store. Of course, like all businesses, you have to have a product of high degree of quality, good service, good margins, and it's not as easy as it sounds, but usually an effective business model within Venezuela and many parts of the world, actually. Number 3 is a hot dog stand. And this is, yet again, a fairly simple business idea. And remember, the point of this video is keep things simple. You're not going to get rich with a hot dog stand. However, it can be quite profitable. Business model is very simple. You set up a cart, a hot dog cart, and actually in hot dogs, quality is not as great. Usually buy on the wholesale, the sausages and the buns and all the items. The profit margins are not great because you have to buy things on the wholesale and sell a lot, and it's a lot of costs and expenses. However, there is demand if you can keep the price low. That's something that many Venezuelan small entrepreneurs struggle with this particular business model. However, you can make quite a change applying this model. Number 4 is AC services. So we're gonna let alone the food items for a while, and we're gonna talk about household appliances. AC air conditioners are a huge deal in Venezuela. You go to any place, any house, any office, any business structure, and you're gonna see an air conditioner running, regardless of the location within Venezuela. And most of the time, those AC units are running and they are cold. And of course, in many countries around the world, using the AC is expensive due to the electricity bill. However, in Venezuela, it's pretty much very cheap. So AC units are running 24/7 in most cases. And one of the major things about AC units is they broke a lot, and usually when you have to replace them or repair them, it's very expensive, and you need, of course, technicians and supplies. So many AC technicians usually are people that have this income skill that in Venezuela is actually a high income skill, but usually they don't have the rest of the skills, not soft skills, like showing up on time, and usually they don't have very good customer service and so on and so on. So if you're from Venezuela, you know what I'm talking about. It's very hard. But the people who can do this, have this high income skill, ARC technician, but at the same time have the soft skills, they can do some damage within the Venezuelan economy. But in most cases, the people who make money regarding the AC world within Venezuela usually are people, the suppliers of the spare parts, you need a particular refrigeration gas, and so on and so on. So you need a lot of supplies in order to repair an AC unit or install a brand new AC unit. So it's a business that even on recession, on depression, regarding the Venezuelan economics, usually has demand this kind of people, the people who know about air conditioning, and that's why I want to mention as number 4. Number 5 is logistics. And I want to clear that out. Then on this particular case, I'm not mentioning this big logistics supply chain schemes with the shipping ports and a lot of trucks and so on and so on. So I'm gonna keep it simple. This is a simple video with simple business models. Usually people here in Venezuela that owns trucks and these big trucks, and because there is a word for, we have two different words for trucks, that's why, excuse my English. So you're gonna see it on the video. The main point is if you have a small truck or a big truck, depending on tow truck, whatever the kind of truck that you have, usually transporting goods in Venezuela can be profitable. There is a lot of frictions within the Venezuelan economy regarding the roads, the bureaucracy, and many other miscues that you might encounter on the process. However, usually these people, when times are good, make quite some money. You're not going to get rich owning a truck in Venezuela. However, you can make quite a decent change regarding this operation. And number 6 is real estate. What happened with real estate in Venezuela? The prices are, let's say, low, depending on the market, depending on the trenches of the market. I've explained that a couple of times in the channel. And you're not going to get rich with real estate in Venezuela. Like you see on, for instance, the United States, the top broker in Miami, the top broker in Los Angeles, or in New York, and so on and so on. You're not going to get rich being a real estate broker or having your own real estate agency here. However, there is a lot of movement because what happens here in Venezuela is that since professional salaries are low, the real estate world attracts top talent, people who knows about laws and economics and accounting and sales and marketing and so on. So what happens is these people, so there is a lot of talent, a lot of talent pool, they are more strategic, they know a lot of more people, and they can sell, buy, rent, and so on and so on. So create a bunch of real estate operations that usually pay more than the average professional salary. So it's not a business that you're not gonna get rich with real estate in Venezuela if you are the operator, the broker, or the agency. However, you can make way more money than you make on the private sector being a professional. So another boring business idea that has a very low entry point and you can do freely on the country and maybe get something in return. So, what is your favorite boring business model that you might encounter in Venezuela? Leave it on the comments below.
Thank you for watching Venezuela Insider. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social media. If you want to work with us, VenezuelaInsider.com. Thanks again and have a nice day.